Hi, my name is Gylliayn, and I am a mixed media artist, and this is G Out Loud. I've had the privilege to be a curator for Odo's Harlem Artists in Harlem, and I had to locate artists to paint the tables. And today I have Tony James. He is one of the featured artists at Odo's Harlem Artists that painted the table. So, welcome to my show, Tony.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. So you created this table in Odo's. It was like a really cool long table. You had all the Harlem Renaissance and the food. And can you tell us a bit about that table that you did for us?
Well, I added a lot of color to the table.
Yes, you did.
I like to be inclusive of all races and cultures. I'm mixed myself. I'm black, but I have
Really?
a lot of different
I
lineages.
didn't know that.
You can't tell by looking at me, you know.
She was kidding. You told me. I was wondering.
Yeah, but I like to be inclusive of all races. You know, I have some I'm a black man, but you know, of course, but
Yeah.
I also have some Native American as well as Japanese and
Really? You have
things in my-
Japanese in you too?
yes, in my lineage, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so I just want to be inclusive of everybody because everybody needs to be shown, you know, and that's
Well, there we have a picture of the table here. Yeah, it has all like the Harlem Renaissance, the Harlem. It's a very beautiful table, and we have a lot of people Instagramming that table now. So
Oh,
thank you for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I want to know a little bit more about you. Now I know that you're a model,
Yes.
and I know that you're an artist already. So tell me a little bit about your modeling career.
Well, the modeling, I'm not going to say it was by accident. I was looking to get into it, but a few friends of mine were telling me, you know, they said you should model. You're tall, you know, you're thin, you have a good look. So I thought about it, and then just by some coincidence, I had an interest in photography because I do some amateur photography work.
Okay.
And it was a friend of mine that had, through the modeling, I met a friend who had some cameras, and he introduced me to a lady who ran this not an agency, but a organization. It's called Runway the Railway that I model with, and I work with the people, and it's really multicultural. And I got into modeling through that.
Did you have to learn, did you have to walk with a book on your head to walk?
No, I'm still learning. I still don't know a lot.
I hear that in movies, right? They had to walk really straight with the book and make sure, you know.
Yeah, maybe I should try that though. I should try it.
Hey man, I don't know, right? I'm a shorty, so I don't know.
I have to leave and go home. I'm gonna put the book on my head, you know. But yeah, that's what I got into. I got into the modeling, and I started to learn how to walk and to carry myself, and met a lot of good people, and learn some things about photography, and just connected with a lot of good people, you know.
So where's the last place that you modeled?
The last place I modeled was at the Hotel on 42nd and 10th Avenue.
Oh, okay.
There used to be a Runway the Railway. It's a current business and multicultural.
So what is that runway? What type, is it like a specific type of people or designs they specify in?
Well, Catherine Schuller, she used to be a plus-size model back in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
And she started
Nice.
Yeah,
power to her for
yes,
you know.
Yes, Catherine is awesome. And she put me on, and she started this whole thing at the Hotel with some friends of hers. And through her, I've just been able to meet a lot of other people and take my photography.
And vogue it. You're voguing it.
Well, not quite voguing, but you know, just walking and just learning and meeting people and learning things about fashion and body dimensions and
Oh, really?
and the
Wow.
whole thing. You know, I even got a chance to sit in her class at FIT.
Oh, okay.
And
She
meet some-
teaches.
And she teaches also, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, but she's just a great woman. And now at the Museum of Sex, starting the 24th, it's going to be a model casting, and I get to help out. And,
Oh, so you're really heavily getting involved with the modeling thing now.
yeah, I really want to take it internationally. I feel like, you know, I'm 44 years old, and I want to
44?
Yes,
No,
yes,
you're
yes.
not 44.
Yes,
No,
yes.
you're not.
Now, this is no mask. This is all me. This is all original.
Really?
Great genetics in my family.
Well, what are you eating?
It's just, you know, eat what I want, you know. But
What is he eating? I want to know.
yeah, what does my family, what do my ancestors eat? Because it's starting to show.
I know it's that Japanese in you. That's what
I
it
think
is.
I think it is. I think it's a combination of everything.
Yeah, it's
actually,
definitely
you know.
the Japanese.
Well, my mother, you know, she's in her 70s, and she looks like she's like.
You
know,
got green
40s or
tea
50s.
going through your veins.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, you know. But yeah, you know, modeling, acting, photography, you know, and everything is somewhat at I'm not going to say a small point right now, but it's at a point where, you know, it's just a lot of growth. And I just wanted to culminate in just my artwork and everything. I just wanted to be like one big.
Creative.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing the modeling? It sounds like you're just starting to like, get going at it.
Oh, I've just been doing it for like maybe a few months.
Really?
Yeah,
Only a
yeah.
few months?
Yeah, my biggest
Wow.
thing that I did was the first ever Bronx Fashion Week. Yeah, uptown.
Because the way you talk, it sounds like you've been doing this for years. I never would have guessed it's only a few months.
No, that's just me.
You had me fooled.
That's just me.
So next time somebody asks you, just say, I've been doing it for years.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time. You know,
Right? I'll
I'm
give
not
you
new to
lessons.
it.
You know, I know how to do the book. I know how to do everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know how to, you know, I know how to walk. I know how to, you know, everything. I know to turn, all that stuff. You know.
Hey, there's a, you know, that turn. If you got that turn down, you're in.
Yeah.
I've tried to do that. I can't even do that.
Watch YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube is good for that.
I
A lot
tried.
of stuff, you know.
It didn't work for me though. I told you I'm a shorty. I'm not like a tree like you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I could pretend. Yeah, I'll leave that to you though.
Okay, thank you.
So tell me now, back to your art. I know that,
Yes.
you know, being creative, the modeling and the art, they're both two creative things. So I want to ask you, what inspires you to do your artwork?
Other artists' work, you know, and I love
Okay.
abstract work. You know, I love artwork. I love the colors of it. I love the structure, the brush strokes, and just the meaning behind it. It's just not the paint and the brush. You know,
Right.
it's the motion and the heart. Because I feel like, you know, if you have it in it comes to your mind and it goes out through your heart and through your hands. It's like it makes this like this traveling, you know, kind of this
true.
sequence, and I love it. You know, it's this
So
expression.
do you have a particular music that you like to listen to? When you listen to a certain type of music, does it make you, you know, some music is really fast music. It makes you, like some artists, they get really angry over it's really soft music and they kind of slow down and get really earthy.
A little bit of everything, bit
Yeah.
of everything. Classical music, you know, rap music, you know, particularly since I grew up in the 70s and 80s, I like old school hip hop.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I like to listen to like, you know, Tribe, you know, Run DMC, you know, a little bit of everybody, you know. But I also like some of the newer, like, you know, I like Kendrick Lamar, you know.
Oh, okay.
I like, also love listening to jazz, like George Benson. And sometimes I just like to be quiet and just let everything.
I know. I tell you, when you did that table, I mean, there must have been a lot of music going on in your head because he took probably like over a week to do his table, and the way it turned out, it's amazing. I didn't understand what he was doing at that time,
Yeah.
but the completed table, oh my God! I mean, it looks amazing. So I can only imagine during that time, different phases that you went through to do that table.
Yes, yes.
And I know you had headphones on, so you're listening to music all the time. So
Yes.
there must have been, you know, I know like different music that you were listening to while you were creating that table.
Yeah, actually, I was listening to some Run DMC, Sade, the Loneliest Monk, but that was only maybe like 1 or 2 days, and the rest of the time I listened to what was around me, the workers in the restaurant,
Oh yeah.
because a lot of that can be calming, and it's like a peace in that. And I like to hear people's reactions, to see if they're upset with me being there because I'm taking up the space, and I feed off of stuff like that, you know, and it all, you know, it comes out, you know, through my heart and my head and my hand, and I put it into my artwork, and I love color, as you see on the table.
I mean, I was surprised. I came in like, wow, where did this gold come from? But it works.
Yeah,
It
the
totally
gold,
works.
yeah, that gold set it off, and then it
Yeah.
kind of turned into like a brownish color, like once it's set into the wood.
Yeah.
And I love wood because wood is just like this tough texture, you know, and it's grainy.
Well,
you know?
when I talked to you earlier, you told me that you were on a TV show or Brain Games.
Yes, Brain Games.
Tell me about Brain Games. I want to know about Brain Games.
Well, Brain Games started it all. It was in 2011 in Washington Square Park.
Okay.
And I went through this agency, and I was very surprised to get. I didn't know actually. It wasn't hard to get it. It was just a matter of submitting to it. But it's been seen. I don't know if all over the world, but I know it's been seen within the United States because I've had two friends of mine who have been on flights. One a friend of mine,
really?
yeah, and they played it on in movie Flight.
Okay,
And I
so
was like,
anybody
wow.
that takes a flight and you see this man, he's on Brain Games, so we have him here in person.
Yes.
A famous actor. Can you
Yes.
believe that?
Well, not quite famous, but I will be.
And
through
a
my art.
model.
Yes, yes.
Are
yes.
you single?
Yes, I am.
And he's single.
Yes, I am. I'm very picky though, so but I'm
A
single.
single actor, model, artist, ladies. Hello.
Hey,
You know. So if someone had a child with you, would they end up being Japanese?
I have some of it in their lineage, as well as like some other things.
He's like, no, that's not my kid. His kid's Japanese.
Yeah, it might come out. It's funny that I've seen.
You could do that. You could say that's not my kid.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that though. No, but well, it depends. But yeah, I have some Asian friends, and they always like kind of like look like you have some like Asian or something, like your eyeballs. I'm like, my eyeballs? And they're like, oh, not the way your eyes. I'm just like you might be mixed with something. I'm like, I always claim my my blackness, but of course, if it's some other stuff, that my ancestors, contributed to who I am.
Mailman's kid, who knows, right?
Yeah. No, I know who my dad is, Yeah, my dad, I look just like my father, just like him. But,
Really?
Yeah, height and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel kind of, I'm not gonna say anything.
Like dad, like junior. They call you junior.
No, I'm not a junior, but
Oh.
my father, I look just like my dad, though. Tall, height, and everything. I think my dad might have been a little bit thicker. He used to be a boxer and all that other
Really?
stuff. Yeah, army dude and all this other,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you're like oranges and apples.
Kind of.
I can't see you as a boxer.
No, actually, I boxed for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, and I also trained in.
And a boxer.
A little bit. Back in the day, I think I got it from my dad, and I did it for like a summer. I didn't like getting hit, you know.
So, okay, so I want to inspire our listeners, and I want you to tell me, that what is the best piece of advice that you've been given?
That I have been given.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think it's been like business, like own your own stuff, and it's a business to the artwork. It's just not you just make art. Recently, I was talking to a friend of mine, and a guy I know. And he was talking about learning about the business side of art, just not making the art.
Yeah.
How do you?
It's a whole nother world.
Yeah, the money, and I work for myself in all aspects, and I set my own prices. I do a little bit of everything, and you have to know what prices to quote to people. It's good to know it exactly then, not saying I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
It depends on the moment, So you have to.
Well,
really,
I mean, like today there's an online store, people selling art online, and not so much in galleries anymore. I see a big trend happening.
Yeah.
So are you jumping on that? Trying to do an online store?
I haven't yet, but I want to. And it's still, I'm very proactive and I hustle. I'm a hustler, but at the same time, so I can be sometimes lazy a little bit, So I'm kind of like, when you have like a famous, actor, a model, or artist, it's always like somebody else that can, like kind of like on the outside, they kind of push you. One person has the talent, the other person has the know-how.
Yeah.
So maybe I kind of like need that.
You need a kick in the butt, is what you're saying?
Sometimes I do.
Okay, well, I heard it here. We heard it here. He needs a kick in the butt.
Yeah, a good woman to do that,
I'm gonna be the one to kick his butt.
Yeah, make that money.
Yeah, make that dollar bill.
Yes.
Well, I'm really happy that you came here today to G Out Loud, and I really had a privilege to meet you, that you were able to do the table at Otto's.
Thank you.
And you can see his table on January 22nd
Yes.
at Otto's at 1325 Fifth Avenue at 111 at an artist reception. And where else can we find like your modeling, your art? Where else can people find your work?
Tony James Artist on Facebook, and that's pretty much it right now. I have to get a website, but I'm working on it. Yeah.
Well, you've definitely been an inspiration to us, for the listeners that are watching, that are looking into getting art, and the fact that you've been only modeling for a couple of months blows me away. I've seen his pictures modeling, and you would never know that he's just been doing this for a couple of months.
I guess I got a pretty good look. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's obviously a talent that you have, so.
Yeah, I still have to hone it, but it's there.
Well, you just said, right, the advice you got was to do just that, to own it.
Yes.
So, well, thank you again.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing more of your work this year, 2015.
You will.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
And thank you for watching G Out Loud, where I interview artists, fashion designers, models, musicians. So stay tuned for our next episode of G Out Loud.